One driver gets wrecked. 47 laps later, the guy he blamed ends up in the wall. NASCAR looks at every piece of data they have and walks away saying nothing happened. Brad Keselowski's spotter still believes it was deliberate payback. Keselowski himself said it on live television, and the debate hasn't stopped since Sunday night in Nashville. So who's right? NASCAR's data or the eyes of the people in that car? Here's the sequence. Lap 145 at Nashville Superspeedway. Traffic backs up entering the pits. Brad Keselowski moves low on the front stretch, cutting off Austin Dillon's line. Dillon makes contact with Keselowski's nose and gets spun. In the moment, Dillon pointed the finger directly at Keselowski. 47 laps later, the field stacks up on a restart. Dillon follows Keselowski down to the apron, and they make contact. Keselowski gets collected and crashes out. Keselowski and a spotter, TJ Majors, were both convinced immediately this was not an accident. This was a response. NASCAR reviewed the incident, pulled all the telemetry data, listened to radio transmissions, and issued their ruling. No penalty, no further action. Racing incident. Context matters a lot here. Austin Dillon has been a lightning rod for controversy for a while now, and his team, Childress Racing, has been navigating a difficult stretch. That's important because it shapes how NASCAR weighs the intent question. Would a driver in a scrutinized position, in a scrutinized organization, really choose a nationally televised Sunday night race to deliberately wreck a competitor? That calculus matters to officials. But the timing of the incident, exactly 47 laps after Dillon blamed Keselowski out loud, is what made this spiel suspicious to so many people watching. In NASCAR, the unwritten code around retaliation is well understood. Drivers know it, teams know it, spotters certainly know it, and TJ Majors, a veteran spotter with sharp instincts, was watching every move Dillon made on that restart. The broader implication here is about how NASCAR enforces the line between hard racing and deliberate interference. If a team believes a driver targeted their car and NASCAR's answers the throttle data says otherwise, does that resolve the conflict, or does it just push it underground until the next time these two share track space? Let's break down what NASCAR actually did here and why their process, even if you disagree with the conclusion, is more rigorous than most people realize. The sanctioning body pulled SMT data, which tracks throttle input, braking, steering, and positioning in real time. They also reviewed radio communications. What they found, Dillon was off full throttle at the moment of contact, down to roughly 17%. Both drivers were checking up. That's not the signature of someone driving hard into another car on purpose. That's a congested restart doing what congested restarts do. Now here's where the analysis gets genuinely layered. The data clears Dillon of aggressive intent. But Majors isn't making an accusation about throttle percentage, he's making an accusation about direction. His claim is that Dillon was following Keselowski down the track, not reacting to the normal flow of the restart. That's a steering argument, not a throttle argument. And that's where Dale Earnhardt Jr. lands too, interestingly. He's not buying the intentional wreck theory, but he also acknowledged that Dillon probably wasn't losing sleep over the result. There's a meaningful difference between deliberately wrecking someone and making a calculated decision to give them zero room to escape. NASCAR's data can confirm you weren't on the gas. It can't fully confirm what your eyes were focused on when you chose that line. That ambiguity is exactly why these situations never fully get resolved in the court of public opinion, even when the officiating body closes the case. The reaction has split along predictable but interesting lines. Fans who trust the data are satisfied. NASCAR did its homework, checked the numbers, and made a call. That's the process working as designed. If you're going to have a sanctioning body, you have to let it sanction. But a vocal portion of the NASCAR audience, and Majors is speaking for them, feels like the data tells only part of the story. The sequence of events is just too neat. Dillon gets spun publicly, blames Keselowski, and then 47 laps later, Keselowski is in the wall. Cleared on a technicality or cleared because nothing actually happened? Those feel like different answers to them. What makes this conversation interesting is that even Earnhardt, who sided with NASCAR's conclusion, acknowledged that Dillon's indifference to the outcome was real. That honest middle ground is what serious NASCAR observers are chewing on right now. The incident gets filed away, both teams focus forward, the telemetry data holds up as the definitive record, and this becomes one of those NASCAR moments people debate on podcasts but never act on. Dillon and Keselowski race hard and clean the next time they're on the same track and the story quietly disappears. Keselowski's camp never fully accepts the ruling. The tension carries into the next shared race weekend. Something happens again. Whether intentional or not, And now you have a genuine multi-race feud with bad blood that's already on record. At that point, NASCAR can't claim it didn't see the pattern building. Here's the question that actually matters. If NASCAR's data says it wasn't intentional, but the sequence, the timing, and the people inside that car all say otherwise, which one do you believe? Because this goes deeper than one crash at Nashville. It's about what NASCAR can and can't prove, and whether their rule book is equipped to handle the gray area between hard racing and calculated retaliation. Drop your verdict in the comments. Was Dillon racing hard or getting even? And if you want this level of breakdown on every NASCAR controversy this season, hit subscribe. We cover the stories that go beyond the highlight reel.